Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. I'm back here at Ciocca Hyundai of Quakertown in Quakertown, Pennsylvania to check out this brand new 2024 Hyundai Tucson, but this is one of the hardest Tucson trims to find. The extremely base SE front wheel drive. That's what we have here. And you're going to say to yourself, Mike, what are you doing such a base trim for? Well, if you're in the market for this two-row SUV and you need a lot of cargo space, and this has over 80 cubic feet of cargo space with the rear seats down, and this vehicle is 29 grand, I think it's worth a look and it's worth your time to check it out. If you're on a budget and you need an SUV like this, that is the purpose. That's why we're here today. So let's dig in. Front end of this Tucson in the Portofino gray. And I really am liking what Hyundai is doing here on the front end. As you can see, we got LED daytime running lamps, LED turn signals, LED headlights, functional side air curtains, and graphite gray front grille with the big Hyundai badge in the middle. It just is a really good looking front end, and I'm loving the LED lighting on such a base trim. Now, as we swing around back across the front, we're going to take a look at our wheels here. So our wheel and tire package on this SE front wheel drive is you're going to get a 17-inch machined aluminum alloy wheel, Hyundai badge on the center cap, standard brake and rotor package on this vehicle, and then they're going to be wrapped in Kumho Krugen all-season tires, 235 on the width, a massive 65 series sidewall 17s, all four corners, front wheel drive. Now as we pull on out and take a look at this Tucson's side profile, again, the Tucson, one of the best looking Hyundais designed and out for sale right now with that three-dimensional front fender and rear quarter panel design, looking good, and I'm loving this Portofino gray on this vehicle. As we move on closer here, we are looking at a color match on the side view mirror. No turn signals on the side view mirror on the SE front wheel drive. Color matched front and rear door handles, fuel fillers on the left side, up top, color matched roof, shark fin antenna, no sunroof. Rear end of the Tucson, we have the roof spoiler coming off the top with the rear wiper tucked up underneath the roof spoiler to clean up the back glass. They now have the Hyundai badge where the wiper used to be. We have the shark's teeth tail lights, standard lighting in the back all the way around, no LED. Tucson on the left of the tailgate. We have our turn signals down low. I'd like to see them up higher because they're almost too low to see. And then we have some flat black on the bumper, and the exhaust is tucked up underneath the vehicle. We are under the hood of this Tucson SE front wheel drive, and what are we looking at for a power plant? We have Hyundai's 2.5 liter naturally aspirated inline 4-cylinder engine mated to an 8-speed automatic transmission, 187 horsepower, 178 pound-feet of torque, MPGs, 25 in the city, 32 on the highway, 28 combined. The engine's minimum octane rating is 87, so you can run this on regular unleaded gas. And if you want to tow with this SE front wheel drive, you can tow up to 2,000 pounds. Before we get into the interior, you're going to want to know, Mike, 29 grand you told me for this Tucson? And that is the correct answer, so let's check it out. Base price for the 24 Tucson SE front wheel drive before options is $27,250. Now this vehicle has some options, so we have to add in $210 for the carpeted floor mats, another $30 for the first aid kit, another $120 for the mud guards, an extra $70 for the wheel locks. We then add in destination and delivery of $1,335 from Hyundai's Montgomery, Alabama assembly plant, and we have a total vehicle MSRP from the factory of $29,015. Now the dealer has added the all-weather floor mats for an additional $275, so the total vehicle asking price on the lot today is $29,290. That's some good value for an SUV this large. So let's check out the interior. Starting with the footbox, a nice large dead pedal brake and accelerator. The floor mats are in the cargo area at this time. We're going to get manual seats for the driver and the front passenger. Cloth with black and some light gray stitching with a bit of a design. Very, very tough, though. It almost feels like sandpapery to the feel on this cloth here in this entry-level SE. Door panels, hard black plastic all the way around, but a couple of different colors, brushed aluminum on the door handle. We got some softness on the armrest, but I like the way that gloss black trim goes right into our dash, just like the other trim levels. And then we have more hard plastic with a couple of different colors, and then a nice large glove box. As we whip over to our center console area, 2 heat and air vents, 4-way hazards, base infotainment system for Hyundai, wireless CarPlay, Android Auto though, so all the maps in your nav can come through your phone, but you do have your radio action that you can set up right here, HD radio as well, but I do not see Sirius XM in here, at least not right now. And if we want to take a look at our backup camera, nice and clear, takes up the whole screen with trajectory, so I like that. We have controls for our volume and our tuning that are hard controls as well. We can go to our setup right over here, and you can set up your Bluetooth your phone, get your Wi-Fi hotspot going. So there is some functionality in this base system, and it's not bad, especially with the wireless CarPlay Android Auto. Hard controls for your heat and air, no climate control. Down below, two USB-A's, a 12 volt in an area to put your phone, and that is rubberized so it won't slide around. So that's nice. Here is the gear shift that's going to take you through this 8-speed automatic transmission. 2 cup holders. Down further, we have drive modes in a base trim, which is nice. Hill descent control, auto vehicle hold, electric emergency brake, engine auto stop start on off. There's your cameras. We'll take a look at the drive modes when we take a look at the dash. Now our key, well, that pulls out and goes in the ignition barrel, but you do have lock, unlock, and the panic button on the key. Center armrest, semi-soft. We can open it up. When we look inside, we have a nice area for storage. Hyundai steering wheel. We have a soft touch steering wheel, nice 10 and 2 notches, but we do have some chrome, or excuse me, brushed aluminum on the trim ring and the Hyundai badge. It lifts up the wheel. Do like the design. It is round, but I have plenty of room to get in and out of this vehicle. We have our telephone voice commands on the left, modes for infotainment system, favorites button. On the right, you do have your adaptive cruise, or excuse me, your safety suite controls and the controls for the digital portion of your dash. I do not see any controls here for cruise. Now, as we look at our headlights, we got headlights right here. And then on the right side, you got your front and your rear wiper. Down below, bright and dim the dash, traction control off. It is a manual tilting and telescoping wheel. So they have you covered there. And then we have a really nice new design on our base dash, which looks pretty good, where we have analog gauges for the speedometer, tachometer, and the speedometer is on the left, tachometer on the right, fuel level, coolant temperature, and then you have a small display in the center where you can go through additional information. And each one of these does have sub-menus as well, so that is a nice touch. I like how that looks. And then we want to take a look at our drive modes. Here we go. We have Smart, Sport, and Normal here in this vehicle. So that's nice at this price point to give you some drive modes. Overhead console. If you want your dome lighting to come on off and you open and close the door, this button pushed in. When you open it up, lighting comes on, close it, lighting goes off. Garage door programmables right here as well, it looks like. No, excuse me, those are seatbelt lights. Duh! Sorry about that. We move over to our sun visor with vanity. No light. Does it slide? Yes, it does. Backseat time in this Tucson. I have the seat set for my driving position. In we go. Plenty of room to get in. Plenty of room for my head, knees, and shoulders at 5'11". Cloth all the way down. Seat pocket behind the driver and the front passenger. No heat and air. No connectivity in the back as expected. But we do have the same style of door panel. Even though the materials are cheaper, we still have that nice trim ring that goes right into the front door panel. So I love that consistency of design from Hyundai on the back here. And then our back seats, black cloth with the light gray stitching. They are pretty hard as far as the cloth feels. It feels that sandpapery feel to it. Not my favorite, but we have a fairly firm armrest with 2 cup holders. but it is pretty comfortable back here. And when you're looking to save money, you can't be all that picky. And this does bring some decent value at 29 grand. Getting in the tailgate of our Tucson SE, manual tailgate, come down here, hit the button and lift up. Nice and easy though when you lift up. And with the rear seats up, you're looking at 38.7 cubic feet of cargo space. That's a good number. Here are the all-season floor mats in this box. Here are our carpeted Tucson mats underneath that. So that's nice. And then underneath that, we have an area for storage. And then underneath that, we do not have a spare. Looks like a fixed flat. And then on the back here, we do have a 12 volt here in this SE trim, which is nice, and some lighting. And you can pull the rear seats down from back here. No problem. And when you get the seats down, you're looking at 80.3 cubic feet of cargo space in the back of this Tucson. And that's a great number. And again, that's bringing a lot of value for this much car. Here is our Hyundai window sticker. We'll zoom on in. 2024 Tucson. Portofino gray. Standard equipment. Options. Total vehicle MSRP. MPGs. Made in the United States by Hyundai. Dealer accessory. Total vehicle asking price. Let's take this baby out for a spin. All right, we're going on down the road in this 2024 Tucson SE front wheel drive. The value Tucson in the lineup. Hard to find these SE front wheel drives because a lot of people that buy these vehicles want some more amenities than this has. But if you think about it now, we're just over 29 grand for this vehicle. You're getting a 2.5 liter inline 4-cylinder engine and an 8-speed automatic, no CVT. That's value. You're getting an 8-inch infotainment screen, wireless CarPlay, Android Auto. That's value. You got USB-A connectivity. That's value. If you have a USB-C connection on your phone, you can get an adapter for it for about $5 from Amazon, and you're ready to rock and roll. You got hill descent control. You got drive modes. You got a lot of storage out back there, over 80 cubic feet of storage space with the seat down. It handles really well in these sharp turns. Good steering, well damped. Nice solid platform here in this Tucson. I mean, if you are a minimalist, if you're on a budget and you need that SUV, right, here you go. $29,200 if you add in the dealer accessory, which you probably can get them to take off if you want to make a deal on a car like this. But I think this is fantastic value for money when you're looking at this size of a vehicle. And you get a larger displacement inline 4. You're not getting a punky 2-liter or a 1.6 liter. You're getting a 2.5 liter. A good size inline 4-cylinder engine for this kind of money. And it handles well. It's well damped. Nothing rattles around in here. And yeah, you're missing the all-wheel drive, but how much are you going to need it? That's what you need to ask yourself. Is it just going to add price and you're really not going to need it? Because front-wheel drive will do just fine in the snow if you're on a budget for one of these vehicles. We're going to come down the hill. We'll show off a little bit of the handling here coming down this way. And it just sticks right to the road. And it feels really good in the turns. Yeah, it's going to lean a little bit. It is an SUV, but there's just such a large amount of value in this vehicle. And you know what? It's not a hybrid, but the hybrid, if you go blue hybrid into Tucson, it's going to cost you 34 grand, 5 grand more. And you got to say to yourself, how long is it going to take you to make up that in a hybrid, right? How long is it going to take you to make up the difference in the $5,000 extra for the hybrid in gas savings? It's going to take a long time. It's going to take a long time. And this just drives really smooth. And the 8-speed is nice and smooth. Now we're going to check out the brakes in 3, 2, 1. Stops really well, right on the dime. And then we're going to take off. And it takes off, no problem. And you get great visibility out the windshield, side glass, side view mirrors, and you get blind spot monitoring, cross traffic alert, lane keep assist, pre-collision braking alarm. You get all those safety features in here too, standard. So how can you not like this vehicle? And what I find interesting is Hyundai dealers normally don't stock SE front wheel drives. You may see an SE all-wheel drive, but SE front wheel drives, hardly ever. Just like you hardly ever see Tucson Blue hybrids, because that's the base hybrid model Tucson. And I've been trying to get one of those on the channel and one of these, and they're just not easy to find. And I come all the way out here to Quakertown just to get one of these on. So let me know, what do you think about this Tucson SE front wheel drive? Is it bringing the value? Is this something that you would need to drive in? Is this what you're after as far as a budget SUV with really good room, bringing really good value? Let me know in the comments. Or are you going somewhere else with your hard-earned money? And if you are, tell me where you're going to go and what make and model and vehicle you'd buy instead. I'd love to hear from you on that as well. But I do want to thank Ciocca Hyundai of Quakertown for allowing the channel access to this brand new 2024 Hyundai Tucson SE front wheel drive in Portofino Gray for a review today. I'd like to thank all of you for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please consider giving it a like. Please also consider subscribing and turn on that notification bell so you'll never miss another Shabby's Rides video. And I'll see all of you on the rebound. Take care, everyone.